We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? We are back. This is the TDC, the Daily Chop. We are your host, Deshaun, and our man, Mr. International, world-renowned Steve Bernard. The rest of our hosts will be joining us shortly. But, man, it's been a quite interesting day, to say the least. We came in this morning thinking that, hey, we could lose players, prospects could flip. Some did flip leading up to today, but it became quite an interesting day. I won't say by the traditional standards of Florida State, but for where we are at recruiting wise and what the record was during the season, my brother, we pretty much knocked this shit out the park, man. We lost Solomon, which was pretty much expected because of the situation with Atkins, man. But the way we closed out the day, in particular, answering some offensive questions with talent, I think we really did well, and then held on to some key positions in the trenches also. But you go ahead and elaborate on it, bro.
Yeah, I think that's a great way of putting it. You know, to be honest, to be able to jump 30 spots with the season that we had is a pretty remarkable job. Of course, you know, as fans, we get impatient, and that's what makes us fanatics and at times. But you know, I wasn't expecting a day like today, and there seemed to be a bit of momentum picking up. So super excited about what they were able to do today, man. Jumping to 30 spots. Yeah, you didn't get Solomon, but there might be another nugget that comes in, another 5-star that falls in your lap later on.
Yeah, man. I see we got another one of our hosts tapping in, 438. What's up with you? What's good? But as you're saying, Josh Petty is the name. We'll throw it out there. He did not sign today. So, you know, that's automatically going to create some speculation that, hey, maybe there's a situation where Florida State has gotten back into that recruitment. Maybe some things ain't going necessarily the way he expected it on the talks end with Georgia Tech. Maybe the talks have opened up with Florida State, but it's pretty obvious that FSU basically is hitting it like 3,000, like 3 stacks at the Source Awards. They got something. We still got something to say, you know. It's still something to say, bro. But before we continue on, I want to make sure we let our viewers know to please like, share, and subscribe. If you are watching on X, please just run over to YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That really helps us. It helps move the algorithm. And continue looking for the shorts, continue to look for us to continue to move forward and grow. But, man, going forward, man, I'm going to bring this up on the board, man. We can go on and get into it now. I mean, it's a lot of big things moving on. There are some questions with certain members of the fan base, a lot of comments about the hires in particular. You see the bald man there in the middle of the screen. That is Tony White, who is now our new defensive coordinator. He has a track record as far as he's spent some time at Arizona State, I know, Syracuse, and now was at Nebraska. He typically runs what's called a 3-3-5 defense. We'll get into that a little later. But so it's going to be a complete system overhaul for us defensively into something that Florida State traditionally has not run, a 3-man front, which is still, you know, once we get into talking about the 3-3-5, we're ready to talk about the 4-man fronts and things like that. But Tony White did some things at Syracuse. They improved every year defensively. He got to Nebraska. Statistically, Nebraska didn't give up a single rushing touchdown this year for the first time at home, I believe, for the first time since 1939. Their rush defense was ranked, 14th? Scoring defense was in the top 25. The only question mark you'll say, and I believe this is because of personnel, and I'm going to turn it over to you, is the sacks. they only had like 17 sacks, but that defense typically doesn't. Georgia produces. If you've seen Georgia over the last couple of years, they run somewhat of a 3-3-5 look. It's not. They don't run it as their base defense, but they mix it in, and it's a lot of looks like that Alabama. And it doesn't necessarily always going to produce a high volume of sacks, but what it does do is from the 20 to the 20, it may give up some yards here and there, passing wise. But once you get in the red zone, you're able to drop 8. It pretty much speeds up the quarterback and doesn't allow him to operate, which he's already going to be thinking to get the ball out of his hands fast anyway. But go ahead, Steve. I've talked enough.
No, definitely. A lot of people don't necessarily understand the intricacies of the defense. I remember the first time I saw the 3-3-5. I think I was probably in middle school, real young. I remember West Virginia running it back in the day, and it's evolved a lot, right? It's not the same defense. It's more multiple than people think. The front and the odd numbers obviously confuse some folks, but there's multiple ways of running that. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to be done. Obviously, you mentioned Tony White's experience. That doesn't leave anything unsaid. Very, very, very good hire on their end. When you're coupling that with Pat Surtain, which I wasn't sure that was going to be a guy that continued to stay on our roster, with the talent that's already there on the backside of the defense, it really get tricky on that front 7, front 8. So I'm really excited about the hire for sure.
Yeah, definitely with him. Then we'll move on because we can come back to Tony, man. But let's go on into another man of the hour. This hire pretty much signifies the end of an era in the way that we have been traditionally used to it. If you follow Florida State over the last 30, 35 years, the name Odell Haggins is synonymous with FSU football. We were in a space and they spoke on Odell's name being only ranked behind Bobby and Mickey. I think you could throw Chuck's name in there too, Chuck Amato, and maybe Jim Gladden, the strength conditioning coach. And then Odell as your 5 coaches and pillars of Florida State football. And there's no disrespect to Jimbo. But as far as Odell, we're not saying he's gone, but we don't know the role that he'll take on. But we can speak on Mr. Knighton, former NFL player, played in the league, I think with Jacksonville, Carolina, defensive tackle. He's that kind of guy that is a teacher, former player, father figure, and a developer. And he's been able to recruit in the spots that he's been at so far. Talk to us a little bit about, your expectations and what your knowledge of pot roast, as they call them, about.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of times we fall subject to recency bias in a lot of different ways, but in this particular situation, it's a good thing. This guy wasn't in the league that long ago. So there's still connections. There's still familiarity with today's schemes and the speed of the game and things along those lines. Obviously, remember him as a player, but my main expectation of him is going to be a recruiter. The developer, I can already see based on the numbers that you've already broke down. Recruiting, I can just imagine this guy being able to sit in people's living rooms and convince, guys to come over and be trench monsters for our team. So I'm super excited about the hire, man. And you're adding 2 NFL coaches on a defense. That's very, very, very hard to do in today's day and age, where we see a lot of grad assistants work their way up, and a lot of guys go from moving coffee to all of a sudden, being a defensive coordinator. These are guys that were in the mud, in the trenches, getting after on Sundays, and that's going to be able to be a great addition to our roster for sure.
For sure, man. Shout out to our man Tiny Hat. He said he got some more lives to get off in the chat.
My man.
Sure, man. For sure. And we got them chops going up. We appreciate it. Our man George from Renegade Report. We done passed up Clemson apparently in recruiting. So, when you talk about bringing talent, so we're doing it. He said Miami's next. They got, we can speak on them a little later if we want, and what's going on down there in Coral Gables. Shout out to Ari, our man Navy. Shout out to everybody, all the loyal choppers for following us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we appreciate your support. But man, okay, we talked a little bit about the defensive side. We can touch a little bit on Gus. There was some speculation even from me with questions about has the game passed Gus by a little bit. We know there's some things in the game that changed, that's kind of hampered things that he took advantage of earlier in his career as an OC at both Arkansas and Auburn before he took the UCF job. I know he spent some time at Tulsa. For those who don't know, Gus is basically the godfather to the offense that we run under Mike. He's Denningham, which begat Lanny, which begat, I think he was under Steve Cragthorpe at Tulsa, which G.J. King, who is now the head coach at Texas State, who is up for this UCF job, also a candidate. You throw in Brennan Marion and the Go-Go, all of that stuff derived. What's our guy with SMU? Rhett Lashley. Another name you can throw out there that falls off the Gus tree. Anytime you've ever played Madden, college football, and ran the Wildcat, you love watching the Dolphins and Ricky Williams run out of the Wildcat.
Ronnie Brown and them.
Yep, Ronnie Brown. That was all derived from the innovation of one Gus Malzahn. Now, to speak to our offense and my expectations, it's going to be interesting to see if he implicates any of some of the older packages. You know, the quarterback run game was big. We all know what he did with Cam Newton and then Nick Marshall. What was it? Not last year, I believe. Was it last year? John Ray's Plumlee, a dynamic running quarterback, really makes his offense go. But he has proven to be able to operate with a steady passer that is a willing runner. I think Jarrett Stidham did well at Auburn under him. But, man, you go ahead. Give us a little bit about your opinion, and we can just keep dialogue.
Yeah, I think there's no lack of information on his experience. I think when you have a guy that's been able to run and continue to develop his own scheme for years, and that's good. It's all about having the horses in the stable to run that race. So for me, I like the hire. I really do. I really like him as an OC rather than a head coach. For some reason, there's differences and nuances between the two. To be able to just go ahead, and I've seen him do less with more. Now being able to fully utilize the resources of Florida State, a university like that, I can honestly see. I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen what he's been able to do on that side, but like being able to shift Mike from a full play caller role is the biggest value here outside of the recruiting. I'm sure Gus is happy. He gets to save some state tax money, gets to stay in the state of Florida, not too far from where he was before. But at the end of the day, man, Mike needs to be able to focus on some of the other things organizationally rather than worry about the X's and O's every particular play.
That's true. 438, we're gonna go and let you get yours off, man. You can start.
Rich off the blender. Rich off the blender.
Real quick.
Work your way back. You can talk on Pot Roast. You can add on Tony White, and we'll get to the last guy.
All right, yeah, man. Shout out, most importantly, shout out to Tony White. I think it's a great hire. Nice to get some color in the room. You get what I'm saying? He's a great defensive mind. He runs an attacking scheme, which is one thing I like for Florida State. We're going to attack the ball now. We're going to be very physical. Shout out to Pot Roast. He's an asshole on the defensive line. And that's what you need. You need a bully. You need someone who's going to really get these guys together, going to develop them, but also going to be that father figure to them. And most importantly, he has the ability to mold all groups of, all skin tones of people. You get what I'm saying? So he's relatable to all of us. So, it's a great hire. I think right now we cooking right now. I think we cooking. Most important, I want to say shout out to Ingram, man. Ingram been in his bag today. Shout out to the Battles In. Make sure y'all give them y'all support, because they've been in their bag today.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all talked about recruiting.
Not yet. We were just talking about the coaching hires right now.
Okay, then shout out to Gus, man. Gus Malzahn, as you can see right now, he's already in his bag. I heard he played a major part in helping flipping Chroma. So one thing about Gus, he's going to recruit. He's going to run the ball. You're going to have a successful run game. He's going to bring in either an offensive line coach that's that's going to develop the offensive line, because the Gus scheme is based off having a great offensive line. So you can't you can't knock these hires, man. Especially dealing with coming off a 2-10 season right now. Just sit back and enjoy the show, man. But I like Gus. I think I'm impressed with the hires we made. And on the wide receiver coach, I think he can recruit. Yeah. Only thing once he get the development part going real, he can recruit.
Before we move on, let's make sure we bring up our last host here. What up, Breezy?
Breeze, what is good, man?
What's good with you, man?
Last but not least.
Definitely not.
I had a little situation with my kids real quick, but I'm back on.
We good.
We just happy to have you, brother.
we all tapped in and gave our little opinions, or our early opinions on these four gentlemen, in particular the three that are officially hired. Briggs, you got anything you want to elaborate on these hires? I mean, go ahead and fire your opinion off, man, good or bad, man. We can weigh the pros and cons of each.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
can hear you.
All right, cool. First, I ain't think it was a good hire, but did a little bit of research. You kind of watch a couple games. You kind of start look at the recruits. You look at, just do your research. I did my research, and I ain't too upset about it. You feel me? We bring in some of them D linemen, some of them players. We bring maybe a linebacker coach. I don't know. You feel me? But I'm good with the defensive hire. Like I said at first, I wasn't too, y'all know who I wanted, but you feel me? The Gus hire, I think the Gus hire was straight. You know what I'm saying? Decent. He had a decent offense these last couple years. The only concern I got about Gus is damn, it's probably loud as hell, huh?
No, you
Nah,
straight,
you're
bro.
right. Do your thing, man.
Good.
I say the only thing about the Gus hire I would say is this the back end of his career? You know what I'm saying? Like the last 2 years was a little rough. You feel me? So I mean, he still had decent offenses, but you win 6 games and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Sure.
Hey, but shout out to my boy T Knight for breaking them YCs with him, man. He breaking them young YCs with him, man. Hey, we need some of them on the defensive line. Yeah, we're gonna get physical. Yeah, we're gonna get a couple of hard ERs out there. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to T Knight, man.
I see Ari done tap in. He says, "Don't be surprised if the Gus bus puts BTA on Bama next year, week 1."
I'm telling you.
He has a reputation for giving Bama hell. He's one of the only coaches that consistently gave Nick Saban problems, to the point where Nick Saban complained enough to college football actually changed the tempo rules. The reason you see the refs stand over the ball today is because of 2 people, Gus Malzahn and Chip Kelly. Those two coaches in particular changed and innovated the game so much that they had to change the rules for the defense to be able to compete, because Nick couldn't figure out how to stop Gus's offense, especially when he went hyper tempo. Some things you can expect to see from him. I'm hoping he brings into us is the sugar huddle, a lot of the quarterback power run game, the fly sweeps. We know the negative thing they'll say is his passing game is a little old or archaic. I think that's where Mike can still play a role. And even if Tony's here as the quarterback coach, I think that's where they can play a role to modernize a little bit more of the route tree, along with the wide receiver coach, with the young man Marcus Davis. If it's Marcus Davis, then I think that's where the passing game can get modernized a little bit. I really like that situation. But going forward, as far as what else I would add with Gus, one thing we've already established is we're going to be able to run the football. Because his offense is predicated on that. We're going to have to be able to run the football. Ain't shit going to work.
No.
So, I mean, I can see that now. Speaking on Marcus, we know Marcus, I believe he was an assistant or an analyst.
Man, listen, man, that's crazy. I'm just, when the name was brought up yesterday, I had to do a double take on my phone, because the conversation I had with this cat, man, and a lot of times you guys can attest to it. When you really start to talk to somebody, you start to root for them, you start to develop a biased opinion. So it was very difficult for me to not put my biases in there. Yeah. But this is a guy who knows his stuff, man. This is a guy who knows his stuff. He's a young, hungry coach. And he was 100% with me when he told me he didn't even want to be a coach, man. Dillingham is the one who got him. Dillingham and Norvell got him into this. The love that he expressed over Norvell at that time, we were sitting, 2-9 when I was there at Auburn a couple weeks ago. The love that he was talking for Norvell and how he believed he was going to get it right, and how there's just a couple things that needed to shake up. Now, obviously, I don't think he knew that he'd be in the position to be possibly going back to Florida State, but he's a Florida boy at the end of the day, straight out of Boynton Beach, played for American Heritage, super locked in with what was going on in the Florida area, and he's also tapped into Georgia as well. So I don't know, man. There was a lot of chatter on our spaces last night talking about, can he develop, can he not? I need some of y'all to go ahead and look at some of those numbers from those Auburn receivers this year. Multiple guys over 500 yards. one receiver is going to get drafted this year for sure. And what quarterbacks did Auburn have? So you're able to get that production off of no quarterbacks. Very impressive.
Yeah. And then as far as recruiting, you think about it. He's already out recruited the predecessor. If you add his 2 5-stars are worth every recruit that we pulled in that wasn't from the portal, that wasn't Keon or Johnny, but any high school recruiting receiver, he's already out recruited alone just this past cycle with Cam Coleman and Perry Thompson. And he added another receiver too in that you can throw into that conversation out of the last year's class, the last cycle. So as I bring this back up, man, we're gonna transition and we're gonna talk about some of the recruits, man. It was a very interesting, intriguing day. We did not lose as much as we thought. We actually gained more. A lot of these guys would be equated to your hidden gems. They're not necessarily specials. Of course, development will play key as it will play key with any player, with some of these guys that are not necessarily highly thought of, quote unquote. But to get it off, man, who are some of the guys that, some of these young jits that may have caught your attention the most? They're saying, okay, I can see them fitting into this system, the new systems that we're going to run, and I can see how they could be explosive in it and project a possible future for them. Any one of y'all can fire off when you're ready.
I'll start off with Kevin Wynn, man. Any man that's out there suplexing grown men, grown kids left and right is all right with me, man. I'm a big fan of his game. When he committed originally or verbally or whatever the situation was months ago, I remember Deshaun and I having a conversation. This kid's going to be able to contribute early. Love that he was able to stick with the class. To be honest, he's one of the ones, man. He's going to play early. I'm super, super, super excited about his game, what he's going to be able to bring over to us. So shout out to Kevin Wynn for sure.
Definitely sure, man. Kevin Wynn, you already took one of my main ones, man. I just add a little bit to Kevin. And when you watch his film, I'm going to bring up some as soon as I get through this part here. I'll let some of our viewers see some more if they haven't seen it. This kid is violent, man. And we need that kind of ability on the defensive line. As I'm going to bring it up shortly now. Let's see, I add it to the stage. I may have to bring it back down. Give me one moment as we go. But anyways, just going forward, just talking about Kevin has violent hands. He has a tenacity about him when he plays. He gets after it. I'll make sure I got the right film. But yeah, he's violent, man, very active. As you see in the film there, man, he gets after it, man. He tackles with nasty intention. He's already coming into the program. He'll be at least 320 pounds already. You can plant him right at that 0. He can play the 2-gap or that 1-gap scheme in that defense. I'll throw another name out that I wish would have been able to hold on to, who ended up going to Texas, and that's Myron Charles. I said, you put those two kids together, man, you got a ferocious front line. But being able to hold on to Kevin, man, it's just bad intentions. This kid has the mindset that you're looking for. And watching his ceremony, you can hear his voice, and he already has that grown man-ass voice, too. It's deep, very white, deep. So I'm like, oh, yeah, and he's country farm, one of them country kids. So, he's coming, you already know he's coming in with the mindset, head down, he gets after it. I love it, man. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Grady Jarrett. I'll throw that name out there, a little bit of like a Grady Jarrett type, maybe a little quicker, strong at the point of attack, and nasty and ferocious when he comes.
I say Eddie Goldman. You remember Eddie Goldman?
Okay.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add, Steve? You already asked Steve. Breezy, I'm sorry. You go ahead for 3 if you got more.
Yeah. I like Kevin Wynn, man. Yeah, it's a great pickup. Shout out to Odell, because a lot of people was on Odell head, and Odell played a major part in this recruitment. His family took a very great liking to Odell. This guy's going to lead. He's going to be a day one player. There's no way that he don't play Cedar Field his first year. This guy's a beast. You know what I mean? He already 325. I don't think he got to do is just come on, put on a little bit of muscle, gain a little bit more finesse, gain a little bit more speed, because speed is the name of the game. But other than that, he's going to be a dominant kid. When I say dominant, I mean he's going to be dominant. This is his next, like Tenny Jernigan, the Derek Notties, the Eddie Goldmans. He's going to continue that legacy. And shout out to Odell, man, for pulling this off, man, because this was major for the program, man.
Yeah. I don't think people.
I touch on another point that what Steve said. You can see he out there suplexing niggas like, hey, he put them on the head.
Yeah, he has nasty intentions, man. I agree with. He's rated as a 4-star, but I think he's underrated a little. Excuse me, a little bit. I think that may have something to do with just the smaller area that he's coming from. You know how that works. Some kids just don't get to that camp scene and then the politics that comes from that. But when you watch his film, he jumps off the fence on the film. He jumps off the screen, man. Breezy, you got something you want to add on Win, man? Okay, I think Breezy man walked away from the camera for me. But that's all right.
Recruit, man. Let's get to it. We still with the recruit.
Yeah. Bring it up. We're still with the recruits.
Let's get to the Twins, man. The Twins number 2. Yeah, that's him. He that dude. But shout out to Randy Shannon. Randy Shannon pulled this off. Randy Shannon most definitely got us the Twins. You know what I mean? Mario Nash, shout out to him and his family for being solid and sticking.
Yeah.
You know, Ethan Pritchard been solid from the jump. I really appreciate him. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. He's gonna be a good linebacker. You know, he got good size, 6'2", 205. Come in and get in a good conditioning, program. Get him on about 220 in a 3-3-5 defense. He's gonna excel. You know, Zay Thomas. Shout out to him with the Seminole heritage. He got great length, great size. And actually he did shut down the wide receiver that decommitted, but I ain't gonna really say too much. But he got a best on that one.
Going back, let's talk about the Desir twins a little bit. They coming in sort of like in a situation with Win. I haven't seen all their film, but they have nasty intentions. They play physical. They're already coming in with the frame. Their frame is already like they could play early. They can contribute in some point early. The both of them are already 245, almost 250.
Yeah, 240. 240.
Yeah, they come in the door ready. I like what I've seen from them. I think they can fit. In particular, that jack linebacker position. If we're going to utilize that, show coverage skill, or even playing that strong side end, depending on if they need to put weight on or not. But I want to transition to the one position or the one player that we all got kind of surprised by. I think it was last week after we didn't get a particular quarterback from the Fort Myers area. That's Kevin Sperry.
Yeah.
Comes out of a program in Geyer. I think he had been to 3 high schools, but it's Class 6A in Texas. And that does mean something. It means the competition that he plays, he don't play bullshit.
Yeah.
He put up 700 yards rushing and I think over 2,000 yards passing this year with like 20-something touchdowns. Seeing some of his film, man, he has the wheels to run Gus's system. He definitely can run the ball. His passing game needs to be refined as far as his accuracy and release, but he does have a strong enough arm. I see him fitting that system. I'm really intrigued by him, but you guys got anything y'all want to touch on with him?
Oh, yeah. From what I seen, man, my closest comp to him, man, he give you a little Baker Mayfield. He tough, he gritty he tough, he gritty. He got that swag. He got hella confidence, which is greatly needed for a quarterback, and he tough. He gonna stick his head there. He gonna drop his shoulder. You know what I mean? We just give him, a cut. We polish his passing game, and I think he'll be one, man. I think we might find a diamond in the rough.
Okay.
Not saying he was no, a project or nothing like that, but he decent.
Yeah, man. We tend to have these surprise commitments every year, no matter the position, and this is certainly one of the ones that's the most surprising this season. Really interested and curious to see how they develop. There will be weapons. Obviously we're talking prior to really any of our guys jumping into the transfer portal, but I think it's a destroy and rebuild type of situation where you get rid of those older receivers that we gave chances to time and time again. And we let these young ones figure it out, man. Baptism by fire. So shout out to Kevin Sperry. Super excited to see what he's going to be able to do in Garden and Gold for sure.
You on mute.
You're on mute, Deshaun.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing up film here. This is film on the JUCO transfer that we got a commitment from Tylen Coleman. Tylen Coleman is a D tackle, about 280 pounds. I have just now started watching it, but what I watched is kind of similar to what we saw with Wynn. Of course, he's a little more refined because he has been in the JUCO weight room. It's going to be a little better than some high schools. Real quick feet, quick hands. He is active and busy, but I mean, I can see where he fits in the system. That strong side, set that edge type rusher at 280 pounds. You got to think about it. Our defensive ends from now on are going to be 260 and up, if not 280. You know, you may get some kids that's running around maybe 290 at times if they have the quick enough feet. And then, of course, your zero tech, they're going to be weighing at least 310. I looked at the average weight of the D lineman for Nebraska this year. I mean, the Butler guy was 260. The number 0, I can't remember his last name, but he's like 310. Both their D tackles in the middle were 310 pounds. So if we bringing that in, anything up that or up with quick feet, like you said, 4 through 8, they body fat down, muscle, building that strength in the college weight program. Expect that because you're going to need that to keep those linebackers free to be able to roam and be able to hit those gaps right in that defense. The thing about that is I like about him is I just think he's going to be very active. And that's what you got to have since you're going from 4-man at that D tackle position. You're going to typically have a little bit more of a 3 situation and where they're lined up and how they shade. They're going to have to be a little bit more active and quick-footed than just filling gaps, you know. But you guys got anything that you like that you've seen off the film so far?
Yeah, I was watching some of his film last night, man. I think me personally, man, I think we got one. I think he's gonna be on translate very successful to the P4 level. You know what I mean? He got quick, great hands, great speed. He closed big, closed fast for someone that's his size. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, he like as you can see on the film, you know, when the quarterback gets out of the pocket, you see as he can see, he can chase him down. Like he got great speed. It's very rare. You know, when he about 265, 270.
280.
Yeah, so,
He listed
280
already.
Yeah, moving like that. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So I think we got one. You know, I like the evaluations when it came to this group of kids and this talent right here. It was basically you plug holes and fill needs with the right necessarily the right people you needed instead of just going out grabbing bodies. So I like this right here. You know what I mean? We cooking right now.
Okay. Steve, you got something you want to add, man?
Yeah, I think the ability from watching the film a little bit yesterday, more so today, is there. I think the mentality that JUCO players bring sometimes. I mean, that's what you can't necessarily duplicate, right? These guys are coming in, some of them not as highly touted, some of them with chip on their shoulder. They're coming in to take somebody's job. Yeah. JUCO players aren't 2-3 year developmental guys. They're coming in to take somebody's job, and you know, with some real strength and conditioning, hopefully, the right nutrition, obviously with the right coaching that we have now. I hope this kid's a contributor, man, because we definitely need help on the inside, and I definitely believe we're going to also be diving into the portal, getting some more big guys inside. But this is just kind of the first step towards that.
Something I'm noticing on this already, watching this film, is he's already coming out of a system. That's a lot of 3-man fronts that you see there. They're running 4-man looks, standing linebackers, but the 3-down linemen, they're getting someone that's a system fit. Obviously, you can mix him. If we bring in keeping Durjaye, he's already at 280. I mean, I can see where he fits perfectly with the scheme, as y'all said. But let me take this down. I want to go to our chats real quick. We're going to bring up this one here. Gus system is so read option, though. The pass game, all vertical, nothing easy. That's the only thing I don't like about Gus. We're going back to that, Corey. You're right. But if you think about it, the offense that we've seen over the last 5 years is the same system, the same thing. It's run the football and then take shots. If we had Gus, it's the same system. Kept Mike, it's the same system and the same passing philosophy. If we'd gotten Brennan Marion, it's the same pass philosophy. It's just mixing in a little here and there. You don't necessarily attack the middle of the field. You attack the sideline to sideline, and you go vertical. That's basically what it is, and you run the football. That's Mike's passing system. It's predicated off of being able to run the football and taking shots down the field. Let's see. I saw another one here we're going to call up.
Hey, man, I don't want to see now one more Brock Glenn mention in this YouTube chat. Ted Dillon, man, respect.
He said, how y'all feel about the portal?
Cut it out.
Let me see. How do y'all feel about a portal QB? I think we need one and let Luke sit 1 year, but at the same time, these kids will leave. But I don't think Luke ready. Me personally, I'm gonna give y'all a little gem. You know, we already have been in contact with Kaden Salter. I think me personally, I think that's gonna be our quarterback. You know what I mean? I really do. A lot of people think he's gonna follow the coach to UCF if you get a UCF job, but a lot of people don't know they got into a big dispute. You know, so they're not really as close as everybody think they is. So it's more like, yeah, it's more like you okay, like fuck that nigga type shit. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it up. Yeah, because they got hurt. The argument they got into was crazy. Like it's irreparable at that point.
Okay.
So I think we have a great shot at him. And then he only a 1 year quarterback. That's what you need. You just need Luke to sit for 1 year. You know, to develop for 1 year.
Okay. Another player I wanted to bring up here as I bring it up to the screen. Not a lot of names I'm going to grab, but just some that we question. You know, people like, well, who is this guy? This is Tariq Mallory, a wide receiver. I believe this is the one that's out of Connecticut. I believe this is the one that's from Connecticut, if I'm right. But he's a wide receiver. I believe this is the one that's 6'5".
Long strider, 6'5".
Yeah, long strider, 6'5". Yeah, he's out of Connecticut. I mean,
he's got the weight on.
I mean, the last player we got out of Connecticut turned out to be pretty damn good. It was a long time ago, but it was Bjorn Warner. So Connecticut has been good to us. If you want to ask how many players we get out of that area. Yeah, I haven't watched any film on him. I'm just bringing the film up and we all watch it together. Yeah, he seems to be a long strider, big body. Definitely not a guy that's going to be a day one, year one or year two guy. I think development, you could see him get, definitely get a red shirt. He may surprise, you don't know. But, I mean, understanding what Gus's offense is, when you talk about his outside wide receivers, you think about, we talked about it the other day, but the Duke guy that was at Auburn, I can't remember his name. They had two wide receivers, and both of them were like 6'4", 6'5", big guys that play outside. He also is going to have a slot guy. I remember he had a guy at Auburn, Terrell McCaleb. He likes that slot guy to be a fast guy. So look for us to, that's why I see Boggs can fit in there, being able to run routes and things. But this kid in particular, definitely an outside red zone target. Definitely interested in seeing how he develops because of that frame. We didn't have a lot of big receivers in this past cycle, and then most of the big receivers we had are graduating now. So we had to go back and restock. So you add Justin Scott, who I don't have any film on, but the transfer from JUCO, the 6'7" wide receiver that was committed to Arizona State that we flipped. You add him at 6'5". If we hold on to our guy from last cycle, Moore, that's another big body, but we don't have a lot of big frame wide receivers, and this was really the class where I see they decided to attack that to fit the system. But you guys got anything else you want to add on Mallory?
Yeah, man, you know how I go, man. And these kids from Connecticut, they either really good or they really crazy. So we either gonna get one or the other. He either gonna be real good or he gonna be real crazy. Or he gonna be both. Because Connecticut players have a history of being kind of crazy, a la Aaron Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? So he either gonna be real good or he gonna be real crazy. But now I like his size. I like his, he got a good stride on him. I think he will have the red shirt 1 year, develop a little bit, but I like it.
That's what's up.
And I think our biggest wide receiver commitment is Javion Boggs, man. Shout out to Boggs, man. Me personally, my personal opinion, I think he's the best wide receiver in the state of Florida. I stand on that, and that was a big commitment, man. They had him rated, he was slept on a lot, throughout the year, but that was a big commitment, man. Shout out to Boggs, man.
Well, lastly, I'm gonna bring up this one here. This one was a surprise of the day. Anybody didn't know? I didn't know. So anybody that knew, shout out to you. This kid here, we had to talk in the chat. They were comparing him to Tank Bigsby. But when you watch him and his balance and his power in which he wears, man, he reminds me so much of James Wilder, man. He really does. He really does, man.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet the young man a couple times. The second time I met him at UGA in the summertime, he talked about how much he liked Mike. And as we start getting into that conversation, the certain UGA coaches walked by and he kind of laughed and he hit one of these. But his personality is the first thing that's going to stand out to you. If you ask Big Game, if you ask guys like that, they'll tell you just how this kid is. Like in terms of FSU media or the beat writers, they're gonna love this kid because his personality shines. He's one of those guys that's pretty open book. But if we're talking about his game, contact balance and breakaway speed is the thing. If you don't get him down quick, he's gonna separate from you. The length alone, we talk about the 6'8" wingspan. You know, you're coming in at a certain angle. You know, he hits you with a stiff arm. He's able to get that distance, get that separation, and then hit into fifth gear. So, surprise of the day, 1,000%. But you had to believe that we were going to be able to get a running back in this class after Byron went ahead and flipped to the Jorts wearer down south.
Yeah. I'm going to throw up some more.
Yeah, man. Chroma was a big pickup, man. Man, I think me personally, like you said, I compare him to Tank Bigsby or James Wilder, man. Yeah. And me personally, I'm not really big on Georgia running backs, but he gonna be one. He gonna be one. I really think this was a big pickup, and I heard, you know, it was a last minute thing. Like, hey, he was almost finna sign, you know, to Georgia. And he got a call like, oh, how much? Oh, all right. Hey, yeah, like it was like last minute, literally, like, hey. He got a phone call real quick, like, all right, and yeah, but shout out to Chroma, man. This is big, man. You on mute.
When you watch some of his film, you do really see, you know, a lot of James Wilder, his running style.
Yeah.
I mean, his frame isn't James Wilder, but his running style a lot like James Wilder because he runs with a physical intention. He doesn't shy away from contact. As you saw, anybody that knows or follows Cam Davis on Twitter, it was a big shout out after he committed. 2 South Georgia boys. You got Lee County and you got the Albany, you know, from Daltrey. So you get in that area down there. South Georgia is what, you know, South Georgia backs. They do produce backs, man, and they've been good to Florida State traditionally. I like to pick up, man, of course, and it's definitely an actual upgrade from what we were losing.
Yeah.
The reason why, if you pay attention, a lot of us who understand, running back is the one position I am not crying about losing. Even with Mike Norvell, I'm not crying about it because he's always got a running back. We can be mad about this, be mad about that, but he's always kept a running back. And yet, once again, we on fries. It is what it is.
Hey, man. I just want to, before we get into the next segment, just understand recruiting is a dirty game. This college football stuff's a dirty game. We understand that, and as y'all, many of y'all know, you know, one of my young bulls is an Auburn commit, and he called me just trying to chat. I'm like, hey man, I'm on the show right now, but what's up with your wide receiver coach? That boy got hot. He said, I'm calling him right now. He like, yo, what you mean? You can't recruit me for all this time. And then all of a sudden, hey, man, it's a dirty game, bro. Man got to feed his family the way he wants to feed his family. So keep that in mind, man. Relationship business, but at the end of the day, relationships don't pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
That Munyon does.
That Munyon does. But we'll transition over, man. We'll just talk a little bit to our viewers, man, and understand some of the things about the 335. Me personally, the only thing I don't like about the 335 is, you know, the basis of you can give up a lot of rushing yards, but it depends on the philosophy of that particular coach and how he's teaching it. It is a basis of it is you with Tony White, as I spoke earlier. He's going to give up sort of like Fuller where we got frustrated with the 20 to the 20. Bend but don't break. This defense is designed for that. Bend but don't break. But once you get in the red zone, you got the ability to drop 8. And then you don't know who's coming. If you see the defensive end, you see the D tackle who's playing the 0. That D tackle has the ability to play either gap 2 gap or play a 1 gap scheme. You got your weak side, which you can also take that weak side linebacker, which would typically you can call him a jack linebacker also. That position is where you're going to have a hybrid where he can be able to cover. Anybody that's watching that was in the space, you heard Crow break it down really, really well with more of a X's and O's, throwing out a lot of schemes and schematics that some people may not understand. Some of it I was like, okay, he called out some stuff I ain't heard of that. And that analogy or that analysis used that way. If you watch Big Game James show, he talked about it too. But in the 3-3-5, you have the ability to quickly shift to a 4-2-5 without changing personnel. If you have the right personnel, you don't have to sub. You can go to a 4-2-5. You can go to a 4-4. You can go to a 4-3 look out of the same defense. It just depends on the personnel. If your defensive end who's shading the left tackle, if he's an average of 285, 290, right, he can slide right into that shading that guard, and that linebacker can step right up and put his hand in the dirt and rush the passer. You can shift. You can change out a linebacker and add another defensive tackle and go to a 4-2. It just, the personnel is free. You still have that nickelback, which could be the star position or whatever. He can be a hybrid person too that can cover and be a linebacker. So you have so many options, and it gives you flexibility. And the biggest thing out of it is you don't know, and it confuses the offensive line. They don't know who's coming.
Yep.
They don't know. They can look and line up and see everybody and have set. Okay, I got this guy. This is my responsibility out of this alignment. I see 3 down linemen, but I see these linebackers. But you don't know who's coming. You have the ability to drop. You can drop 8. You don't know who's dropping. You don't know who's coming in that situation. You're not hampered by saying, okay, if we blitz, we only going to blitz either the middle, the wheel, or the nickel back. You know, we can run stunts, but now you can run stunts with the end and the linebacker. You can blitz the nickel. You can drop the end. You can blitz 2 linebackers, drop 2, whatever it is, but you have the ability to drop 8. You can run different coverages out of it. It's so many things you can do, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I play the game, it's on the defense I use now. I didn't like it until I started playing the game. I was like, okay, it's easy to recruit to be honest, because you don't have to necessarily. What has been an issue with us, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get out of the way because I'm talking too much. But the thing about it is, when you recruit the defensive line for this system, where we had issues recruiting the defensive line, it kind of helps us here now, because you don't have to bring in so many. When you had 4-2-5, your depth, you're going to have at least 6 to 8 D tackles, right? Yeah. You don't have to have that now, because primarily you only have to have maybe 3 or 4. So your depth and the way we're going to have to recruit those positions will change also, because you're going to have to recruit maybe a couple more linebackers, and you're going to have to find specific hybrids and body types to fit that jack position, to fit that nickelback position. All of that changes now. But it's simplified, and it's simple. It is a simple defense to be able to run, and it is confusing to the offense. But you guys go ahead and cook, man. I've talked long enough.
Yeah, it's all based on body types, like you said. I think it's easier in a way. The staff is going to have to go ahead and filter out the specific body types that they're looking for at each particular position, throw that in the database nationwide, hit the camps, obviously make the phone calls, talk to coaches, and go from there and turn on the tape. But we already talked about it. It's going to be a multiple front. You can go a variety of different looks. But I think, having a guy in the middle, playing nose, being able to plug the gap, lining up.
I see we lost Steve there, but we could keep it moving until he gets back.
I just think, it allow you to attack. You know what I mean? It'll just allow you to keep attacking. Let you throw out different versions of the defense. You know what I mean? And most definitely, it'll actually kind of utilize some of the young talent that's on the roster already. Their body types that's not getting playing time. It'll help utilize their skills more often. So I like the 3-3-5. Like people that like a Boots or Aaron Hester. Those type of body types that fit greatly in the scheme.
Yeah, well, you look
like a Brian Burns. Yeah, like a Brian Burns.
I'm gonna say something that you can finish up what you were saying, Steve. You don't have to have that jack linebacker. Doesn't need to be 6'5", 260. You can run a 6'3.5", 6'3", 6'2" guy that's 230 to between 230 and 250. If you want to see a defense that West Virginia used it. Michigan uses a version of it too. So when you think of Mason Graham at Michigan and how they've run, and they traditionally use more 3-man fronts in their defense for the longest. But Michigan uses a hybrid version. Notre Dame uses some of this. Georgia uses some of this. Bama has used some of this scheme. The only difference is I think Tony Wright kind of runs it more as a base, where other programs utilize it more as just when they switch packages. TCU was another program that used it a lot back in the day under what was it, the coach they had? Can't remember his name. I'm talking about, the popular coach they had at one point.
Yeah, Peterson or something like that.
Yeah,
Patterson.
thank you. Patterson. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Patterson. They ran it a lot. So it's something to look forward to. I'm interested and really intrigued by seeing what we can do out of it. You get us in a situation, something that's new for Florida State fans, because we traditionally been 4-3 or 4-2-5 scheme. Maybe mix in a little 3-4 here and there. I think Mickey may have mixed some things like that in the early '90s, and he utilized some of those kind of looks and fronts. But for the most part, no. Florida State's traditionally been 4-2-5, 4-3 defense. So this is going to be a new look for us. I think we tried it with Harlan Barnett. It wasn't his fault, but we just didn't have the personnel to run it. So that's going to be something to watch. Before we move on, y'all got anything else y'all want to add? Because we're ready to go.
Yeah, before we get ready to move on, I just want to say a quick wrap up because it's championship week, so there really is no need to run the whole 4-3-8 for the money. I'm just gonna shoot it to you straight like this. Take Texas to beat. No. I'm gonna say take Texas with the money line. That's just me. You feel me? If you feel like other, but I'm gonna say just take Texas with the money line. You get what I'm saying? I just say take Texas with the money line. I say take Arizona State to beat Iowa State. Mm-hmm. I say take Clemson to beat SMU. I really think Dabo gonna pull that off. One thing when it comes to big games, Dabo always have his team ready. So I think Dabo might pull that off. What else I'm missing? Which one I'm missing? The Big Ten, Oregon. Oregon finna put belt in the ass. That's free money. And let me see. We got the Big 12, the ACC, the SEC, the ACC. Which one I'm missing? Oh, Boise State. Take Boise State. Even though I like to go, but they have Genty. He can control the pace of the game. And it's gonna be hard. One thing you can have all the offense in the world, but their defense is still no good. So take Boise State.
You got anything else you want to add real quick, Steve? Got something you want to touch on? Okay.
I touch on one more thing. We in contact with a couple offensive linemen out of transfer portal. I'm hearing some good things on that.
Okay.
Also we still in contact with LaJesse Harrell. I heard he supposed to be in contact with Tony White tonight. So that'll be another 4-star for us in the bank right there. So, we cooking right now.
That's what's up. Well, guys, we're going to tap in with something a little fun. We're going to have a little a little discussion off the sports for our viewers. This might be a little interesting topic, but we're going to bring it up. Top 5 rappers of all time. Everybody we're going to fire off some opinions. I don't necessarily have a super top 5. I threw in some faces here, a lot of faces we know, a lot of old heads, a lot of new faces. But of course, not everybody's face is on here.
Get salt and pepper in there, man. Get them out the goddamn graphic, man. Who put salt and pepper in there?
Hey, man, when we talk,
shout out to the lady viewers. Hell no.
Female artists, though. But we talk about female artists and artists in general. You got to include salt and pepper into that equation, man. You got Missy there. You got Nicki. You got. I didn't even throw MC Light in there.
Bars about to be on your head, boy. Them Nicki Minaj heads about to be on your head top. That's why you put them in there. I see what you're doing.
But man, if y'all just want to do a top 5, or we can just discuss, because it kind of leads into the discussion that we had. We were starting to discuss, and the thing that's been kind of hitting the waves with the whole Kendrick situation, and how in his Whacked Out Mules verse, he's talking about letting Lil Wayne down. I believe a lot of people took that as a diss. I don't know if you can per se say it was a little bit of disrespect towards Wayne, but it caused Wayne to come back. And then we heard things about Weezy called him and he didn't pick up the phone. So, rap beat nigga, basically kind of situation that seems to be brewing. I think it's healthy. Rap's always been, hip hop has always been predicated on competition. Who's the best lyricist and all that. But you guys going and chime in, man.
4-3-8, man. I see the wheels are spinning, man. I knew you knew the segment was coming, but you still look like you got caught off guard with it, man. So go ahead, man.
Man, I want to get to my top 3 gonna be.
It's 5, dog. We don't need 3. We need
5. That's what I'm saying. The 5 is number 1 always gonna be Lil Wayne for me.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Lil Bootsy, because that's just what I grew up on. I'm gonna go Kanye West. Kanye West is most definitely his creativity, his artistic expression. Kanye West would be number 3. Number 4. Damn. That's crazy. Let me see.
It ain't easy, man. That's why I suggested for, man, because I'm like, it's
Five is
forcing me
hard
to think.
stuff. Yeah. So you're gonna show your age too.
What
when you
Tiny had put in there,
talk
man. Tiny had
Yeah.
put in, throw
Oh,
it in.
yeah.
When I say for me, because I'm gonna say Project Pat. I'm gonna say Project Pat. Project Pat, it was fun for me.
Wayne, Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, and M. That's kind of close
Oh.
for me. That's close for me. Not necessarily in that order, but yeah.
Nah, let me
I
see
can
who number
agree.
4 would be.
I like that.
I don't know who my number 4 would be, man.
Tiny had he on Demon Time today, man.
Yeah, he own it. He own it. We
I'm
definitely
gonna
gonna
say
have to get
Tupac
Tiny
number
on
4.
there,
I'm
man.
gonna go Tupac number 4. And then number 5. Damn. Shit, gotta be.
Somebody get Breezy up out of there too. I need to hear his 5 too. It's probably gonna be all New York rappers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to think.
That's what I need. He need to get up in here because I want to
to
hear his perspective, man.
Oh, Pimp
'Cause
C. Pimp C
You
number
like
5
Pimp
for me.
C? Like
Yeah,
Pimp C?
my top 5 gonna be number 1 gonna be Lil Wayne, number 2 gonna be Lil Bootsy, number 3 gonna be Kanye West, number 4 gonna be damn, I forgot who, I don't know. Damn, who I said was number 4? Oh, Tupac, and number 5 gonna be Pimp C. The Pimp C always been my top 5.
I got you. You going, Steve, or am I going? You gonna close it? It's on me. Okay. All right. 5 for me. Man, I'm gonna make some people mad here. 5 for me is Pop. 4 for me, Wayne. Number 3 for me. Man, I hate to do this, man. Number 3 for me is M. Number 2 is Jay-Z. Number 1, I'm gonna go with a pioneer, man. Rakim, man. Rakim's bars set the tone for everybody that you see even to today. He was the first rapper to deliver it the way you see it commonly being done now. When you talk about lyricists, Rakim. That's me. What you got, Steve?
Man, I love Rakim, man. Big Rakim fan. I feel like I'm in between both you guys. Like 4-3 is gonna go the hood street classic route, right? The legends on that end. Deshaun's gonna go more lyrical miracle. Obviously, we know we've talked with your battle rap fan.
Yeah.
You're gonna get this work. But my 5, do I have to put them in order?
No. Just put them out there.
Wayne for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hov for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 Stacks for sure.
Yes.
It's tricky. It's real tricky.
Yeah. It's hard, man.
I'm gonna go Nas.
Yes.
Yeesh. This is tough. I ain't putting that light skinned motherfucker in there, so I'm gonna put Kanye in there, man.
Man, you can't argue. You can't really argue with it.
For years, man. I'm just happy.
I got Kanye in that top 5. That boy, there he go. His creativity.
Yeah, his creativity.
I know, man. I had to leave Big Daddy Kane out. I know, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I forgot about Big Daddy Kane. That was my boy. I like that boy.
You even put DMX in there. Damn, Pete, you're right.
No
Sorry,
DMX. I mean, his prayers on the interlude.
Yo.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, yeah, Breezy, why you in here? Who your top 5 rappers all the time? Let me hear them.
Get this
Top
work,
5? Shit, y'all.
Yeah, let me hear your top 5.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, top 5. Shit. I'm gonna go Jadakiss / D Block. I'm gonna put the / D Block right there. Then low key you gotta throw Pac up there. I'm gonna go DMX. You said what?
Do you have to put Pac in there?
I mean, I'd rather put Pac over Biggie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And you're
in
from the East
my
Coast?
opinion. You said what?
And you're from the East Coast?
Yeah. Okay, so
funny, man.
Okay.
Hey, Tony had say he for 100% gonna go say Fabulous.
Hey, no. Hey, Fab was snapping for a little bit.
Fab is nice, man. Fab is actually nice, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Chill out. He ain't top 5 though. He
No.
honestly, you gotta put.
Yeah, not top 5.
you gotta put Big L over Fab. You can't.
Big L, rest
you
in
know,
Ooh,
you
rest in
can't.
peace.
Yeah.
The commission.
You was never shit. Your mother should have swallowed you.
And then I got Wayne, and then I ain't really got a fifth one yet. I ain't. I mean,
Damn.
throw some names out. Throw some names out real quick.
Pimp C. Kanye, Pimp C.
Hov, Andre 3000.
Ooh,
Now,
Andre.
Andre, KRS-One,
Andre.
J. Cole,
DMX.
DMX.
Yeah, I got DMX. I got Pop, Jada, Wayne. Yeah, that
Cool
Andre
G-Rap.
one.
We could go back.
Andre.
Cool G-Rap.
Yeah, that Andre different.
Ain't nobody putting Cool G on their 5, man. No disrespect to Cool G, but
no, I'm throwing him out there as one of the best though, because he really was a lyricist.
Man, you got damn KRS in that. Why da da day? Why da da? Go back. Like, come on, man, get him up out of here, man. We ain't
Tiny
doing
said LL. But
LL.
it depends on the
Right.
Now look, all right, since we doing it, let's talk criteria, because we ain't really put criteria. We talking about lyricists, there's a category. If we talking about album sales, there's a category. And if we just talking about stage presence, there's a category. So how do we want to break that down?
That's all of it.
The greatest fits all those categories. Album sales, lyricism, and the ability to grab an audience. So some of them guys we mentioned probably falls out of that category. They fall out of that top 5 if you're talking about not possessing all 3 of those categories.
We're gonna go rapid fire because somebody has to have some decorum in here, because there's a lot of different stuff going on. So let's start it off. I'm from the South. Top 5 hip hop rappers from the South.
Number one for me, Lil Wayne. Number 2, Boosie. Number 3, Pimp C. Number 4, I'm gonna say Plies. I gotta go with Plies. I'm from Florida. I gotta go with Plies. Plies had some hits.
All right.
And then number 5, I gotta go with Project Pat. I use 3 6 Mafia the whole year. But you gotta go with them.
All right, South for me. Number 1, Weezy. Number 1, Stacks. Number 2, Weezy. Number 3, 8 Ball. I'm gonna take you back Tennessee, Memphis.
Yeah.
Number 4, T.I. And number 5, I'll throw Future. You talking about South?
Future, Future had a great run.
That's my 5 right there from the South. If you talking about from down this way,
South, I'll go Wayne, Future, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go Can we really go that way? I'm gonna go T.I. and I'm gonna go Jeezy. Those are my 5.
Yeah. Okay.
He took T. Murray say, "Damn, no big boy, nah."
No disrespect the big boy.
Was dope, but
he was good, but 3 Stacks,
3 Stacks is the guy.
Yeah.
You got Breed.
Yeah. We didn't give no love to Scarface either. But do we get at Southwest? If we doing criteria from the region, are we doing Southwest?
Y'all all kind of said it low key. Boosie. Yeah. You got Boosie, Jeezy, T.I. I don't know who else.
Give me 2 more.
Who?
Give me 2 more.
2 more down south. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna like this one. Hey,
I'm
gonna say Walker, and I'm gonna say Gucci.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna put Gucci up there too. I promise I was gonna do it. I promise I was gonna do it.
Yeah, you can throw.
Hey, me personally, I ain't want to say me personally. Gucci is my favorite rapper of all time. Period. But I ain't want to say that to niggas.
Hey, it's how you feel.
Hey, the old Gucci though. The old Gucci.
Yeah, slapper nigga Gucci. That's the old Gucci ever, boy. Put the pounds in the trash can. Gucci do the dishes. That Gucci.
You gonna throw Jeezy in there? You gotta throw Trap or Die Jeezy in there.
Hey, Trap, yeah. That shit undefeated, Sean.
Do the dishes.
You gotta throw that Trap or Die. All right, let's go East Coast. Top 5 all time.
Yeah.
East Coast, up northeast.
Shit. When we going up north, I'm gonna go for me personally. Number 1, I'm gonna go. You got to go with I'm gonna go with Rakim. That's paid in full, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Rakim. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Joel Santana. If you talk straight lyrics, I'm gonna go with Joel Santana. Number 3, I'm gonna go with. I really don't like Hov, but I'm gonna put Hov. but I'm not a real big Jay-Z fan because I just don't like him personally.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm gonna go with Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, I'm gonna go with Benny the Butcher.
Ah.
I'm gonna go with Benny the
With his
Butcher.
Zelda. He threw good.
Yeah, I'm going Benny the Butcher.
All right, for me, number 1, Rakim. Number 2, Big. Number 3, Jay-Z. Number 4, Jadakiss. Number 5, Killer Cam.
Oh yeah, Cam. Yeah.
Dipset. I was a Dipset head, bro, for sure.
So I'm gonna go Nas. I'm gonna go Hove. I'm gonna go DMX. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go Beanie Siegel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Killer Camp.
Yeah.
Wow.
What you got, Breezy? You throwing yours out there, man?
Better come correct, boy. This is your region. You better come
Yeah,
correct.
Your
I'm gonna
region,
go.
bro.
I was about to say it's a lot. It's a lot to pick because
It's a lot. Yeah.
I'm obviously got Big L, DMX, Nas.
Don't say no
I'm
Jim
gonna throw my
Jones,
boy
no
Sue
dumb
Surf
shit, bro.
in
No
there.
Max B. No.
Nah,
Red
hell,
Cafe.
nah. You gotta throw
Now
Max.
you gonna
Max.
say you don't love me.
Yeah,
no
hey,
more.
Max B coming home next year.
Free Max B, man.
Yeah, Max B coming home next year.
I was gonna throw Max up in that bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I knew it was coming, man.
Say don't love me no more.
Come on, nah. That nigga Max used to be sliding, man. Everybody used to copy the wave, man. Come on, nah.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, man.
But I don't know. I
You
don't
gonna say
really
French
rock with
Montana or
Jay-Z
something.
and Biggie. I ain't
I ain't want to put
Jay-Z
Hove in
and
my
Biggie,
top
bro.
3, man. I ain't really want
I
to.
don't rock with them niggas. I ain't gonna
I'm gonna
hold.
say French Montana. Go ahead and do it.
French Montana.
Double dog there, you.
Man,
Tiny had say DMX, Jay-Z, Nas, Jada, Biggie, in no order.
No order. That's what's up.
Yeah, Jada in there for sure. Yeah. That ain't even know. Yeah.
Top 5 dead or alive, man.
Top 5 dead or alive.
All right, what we doing now to West Coast rappers? How we going West Coast?
Man. Woo.
Oh shit.
We going West Coast. My favorite West Coast rapper gonna be Too Short. Too Short, my number 1 for me. Yeah, Too Short, number 1. I'm going I'm gonna get Q number 2, especially when he was in, Q. Yeah, Q was in his prime. I'm gonna get Q number 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say E40 for me, number 3. Yeah, especially when it comes to your lyrics, I'm gonna go E40 number 3.
Mm-hmm. The Bay.
And we already don't know if you give Tupac the West Coast, because you're from the East Coast, then you're from the West Coast, then
Yeah.
So I don't know if you really give Pac that West Coast.
I wouldn't throw him in that category. Cause he's from Brooklyn, man. I mean, he moved around a little bit because he went to school in Baltimore too. So he's a transplant pretty much. I guess you can. I mean, he claimed the West, so you can throw him in there.
I'm gonna go Snoop. Then I'm gonna go Snoop number 4. Then I go Pac number 5.
Okay. All right. For me, West Coast. God dang. Woo. I'm gonna go Snoop. I'm gonna go Dre. I'm gonna go Cube. Not in that order. Cube's first, then Snoop, then Dre. Damn. I'm gonna put Kendrick at 5. My 4. Golly, man. Damn. That's crazy because you could throw in Too Short. You can throw
what's
in
my
E40.
favorite word?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta throw Short enough.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, what's my favorite word? You gotta throw Short enough.
Yeah, I throw Short in there, man. I vibe with Short, man.
Our boy say E40, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, E40 be right.
So shake him. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing something.
Man, E40. I'm talking way back to 41. Yeah, sprinkle me. Yeah, the Captain's Table. Hey, man, 40 got some hits, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, man. So I'm gonna go. Definitely, we're going Q. We're definitely going Pac. Definitely going Kendrick. Man, you're gonna have to give me one of the Bone Thugs. It might have to be, but then again, Bone Thugs from Ohio though. So
they from the Midwest. So we do the Midwest. They gonna fall in the mid. Yeah.
Never mind. We get them up out of there. Damn, Corrupt. Who could I? Some old school cats.
Yeah, Corrupt. But see, Corrupt was from Philly though. That's the thing. All these transplants.
Hard, bro.
You throw Daz in there if you want, Dan. But
I'm gonna throw my guy, man. I know 438 and rock with him too, man. Larry June, man.
Larry June, you gotta throw Larry June in there, man.
Good job, Larry.
Check that out, man. I gotta check him out. I ain't
Hey.
never even vibed with her.
Hey, hey, Larry Jewell say, don't check me, bitch. Check the air quality. Hey, shout out to Larry Jewell, man. Hey,
that's what's up. I'm gonna check that out,
Man
man.
said Cassidy in Philly. Lord have mercy. I haven't seen the name Cassidy in
God,
ages, man.
hey, the best rapper out of Philly, AR Al.
man.
Well, Breezy up out of here, huh?
Yeah, he must have lost his.
We'll go Midwest then. Go on 438. Run it.
Midwest. Me personally, I'm gonna go Midwest. Oh, Kanye. Yeah, Kanye number one.
Kanye.
I'm gonna go that's like Detroit area too, right?
Yeah, all the Midwest.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Cleveland, Detroit.
Yeah, see, my favorite rappers out that area real awesome. I'm gonna go Kanye, then I'm gonna go Chief Keef. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna go Chief Keef. I'm gonna go Street Lord Ron. If you know he's from Detroit, you know Street Lord Ron. I'm gonna go Twister. You know, I'm gonna go Twister. Man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go let me see. One more. I really know Cat. I really like from Detroit. I'm gonna say, man, I don't know. That's my phone. I got 4 from the Midwest.
Yeah. All right. For me, Midwest, M's at number 2. No, at 1. Bone Thugs 2. You name anyone in my 3. Dang, it was one you just threw out, man. I can't believe my mind went blank now because I'm up here trying to make sure I get them all right. Kanye 1, Eminem 2, Twister 3, Bone Thugs 4. Damn.
Oh, I forgot about Bone Thugs.
Yeah, they from Ohio.
Yeah.
See, I want to include Kentucky because if you're from there, man, we don't necessarily include ourselves in the.
Oh, that's the case. I'll put ESTG.
Thank you. ESTG in my state, Louisville, baby. That's it.
Yeah,
ESTG. That's why I'm throwing the number 5, ESTG. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And it's more than that because I can throw Chief Keef in there. I like some dirt shit. Ewo.
All the Chicago niggas. All the Chicago.
Yeah, you throw them in there.
All right, I'm gonna go Big Sean. No order.
Yeah,
Big Sean. I'm gonna go Common.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ye. I'm gonna go M.
I can't believe I left Common out of there. I forgot he's from Chi.
Yeah, but
and I'll throw Nelly in there.
Oh, he from
St. Louis. Yeah. St. Louis. Yeah, you had to count in the Midwest. No Tech 9?
Tech 9 just right out the 5, man.
Man. That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's dope. I'm trying to think. We hit all regions. We didn't necessarily hit the Southwest because we didn't throw any Texas rappers out.
You want to go Texas then? Yeah, I'm going number 1 in Texas. Yeah, Pimp C number 1 off rip.
Okay.
I'm going Pimp C. I'm going Sauce Walker.
Yeah.
I'm going I'm gonna go Bun B.
Yes.
I'm gonna go if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Let me see. We're gonna go Texas all the way to Texas. Let me see. Ain't the Ghetto Boys from Texas?
Yeah, that's Scarface, Willie D. Scarface.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Ghetto Boys.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna go Bushwick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go last but not least. I'll probably go last but not least. I'll probably go. I don't even know, man. I probably have to go.
That man said Bushwick Bill.
Nah, I said just the whole, like Scarface, the whole Ghetto Boys now.
Yeah.
And then last but not, I don't know, man.
Halloween fell on a weekend.
Yeah.
Me and Ghetto Boys and Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Classic,
man.
What else you got for 3?
I don't know. That's my 4. I don't got another one.
All right. Maybe Deshaun can give you somebody you missed. Go ahead.
I was gonna let you get it, but for me, it's definitely I go Ghetto Boys. That way I can cover that whole thing. So Ghetto Boys at 5, Pimp C is gonna be a number 4, or UGK. Period. I'm gonna throw the groups out there. Big Pokey. I like Big Pokey number 3. I don't know, man. I just like it. Rest in peace, Big Pokey. I like Slim Thug. And then because I got Jits and they teenagers, I'm gonna go and throw that either that Travis Scott or that Don Toliver kind of mix there for the new age. You know, I like how they vibe. It's different from what you traditionally hear from Texas, but you know, Texas hip hop gets played in this house. My kids play them too, and my wife stay on that Meg, so it is what it is.
Yeah, Southwest. I'm gonna go Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Currency.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. We're talking Midwest. Shit.
Southwest.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Southwest.
Southwest. So I'm gonna go Currency. I'm gonna go Bun B for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Fuck. I need 2 more. Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
And then, damn, this is harder than I thought it was gonna be.
I got an honorable mention.
You don't deserve to be on this, man, but he really put the Southwest on the map a lot, man. I'm gonna go Master P, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, but you go.
Yeah, because you gotta count Louisiana, so you'll count Louisiana as Southwest.
Oh, that's the case, yeah, man.
I'll put Currency in there, 'cause Currency
Forever,
from the
man. Master P deserved to be on any top, Mr. Ice Cream, man. Come on, man.
I mean, when you think about Southern hip hop, Southern hip hop in general, you can't talk about Southern hip hop without mentioning Master P.
Yeah, boy, P had hits, boy. Hey, the streets ain't ready. Mama can't take me.
Put 3-8. I'm gonna throw it.
Paul Wall, what it do? I'm on the block, posted up like a mailbox.
Honorable mention Texas. I know you probably vibe with Devin the Dude.
Nah, I ain't ever.
You ain't vibe with Devin? You did, Steve? Okay. Yeah. Devin was ahead of his time, man. He was ahead of his time.
Honorable bullshit, Mitch. What was his name? DeRoe.
Daryl? Yeah, buddy. Roll
like a big shot.
Hey, one hit wonder, boy. Got a check, and that was it.
Somebody threw
out Big X the plug now,
Hey.
I'm the biggest. Good Lord.
I do like Big X.
Yeah, I like him, man. He vibing, man. I really.
Damn, y'all boys in it. Okay, I'll put one last one, man, before we wrap it up, man. This is gonna be the hardest one. Top 5 hip hop groups of all time.
Oh, that's easy for me. Number 1, Cash Money. Number 2, No Limit. Number 3, hip hop groups. I'm gonna go UGK. Number 4, 3 6 Mafia. Number 5, motherfucking. I'm gonna go with the NWA shit.
Go ahead, Steve, because I got 2, but I'm stuck on that one, man.
Okay, I'm gonna go Cash Money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go NWA. I'm gonna go Outkast. I'm gonna go Dipset.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry I gotta do it to somebody, but somebody gotta get it. I'm gonna go to Locks, man. I'll rock with the Locks.
Oh, wow.
That's my 5.
I can't believe this. Rap groups of all time. Okay. Number 1. So it gotta be the Wu, baby. It starts with the Wu.
Oh,
number 1. You can't. Man, they changed the game. Yeah, that's right. Number 1.
All right, man. I gotta get NWA up out of there. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting
NWA for me. All my.
It's the Wu, baby.
Number 1. I ain't No Limit.
Number 2. Number 2. I'm gonna give 3 6 Mafia number 2. First group to win a Oscar, man. It broke barriers. I'm looking at the body of work. Number 3, NWA. They changed a lot of shit. The Pamper Advisory, all of that. They contributed to that. Number 4, I gotta go. You talking about just groups? Outkast. You know, we going back to Dre. Now you throw Big Boy in there. One of the greatest groups of all time, hip hop. Number 5. Dang. You know what? I'm gonna give shout out to the Tribe, man. If you like that vibe, Tribe Called Quest. I mean, they gave us a lot of hits and vibe, man. They gave us Busta Rhymes, introducing him off the scene with, hey. It is what it is. That's what I like.
It ain't an
Man.
easy one, bro. It's not.
It
easy.
ain't easy though, man. None of
Nah,
it
it's
is
so
easy.
many good hip hop groups. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, all of it though. You feel bad because you feel like you know intentionally left somebody off
Dog
that
Pound,
list.
like it's all
Yeah,
types
Dog Pound.
all
Shoot,
types of stuff, man.
man,
types
it's
of
crazy. Then you like
Oh,
you
we
said,
didn't
I'm a
even
Dip,
say the
and
group
I'm
who
a
sold the
Dipset
most
fan.
records. The group who sold the most records is the Migos. We didn't even put them on there.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I mean, you really have to break down categories and criteria. That way, everyone gets their fair share. You talking about album sales, and that whole demographic changes. You know, that whole conversation. Breezy's back, so we're gonna ask him, and we'll let him cook, man.
Let them cook.
Yo, Breezy. We done went through the list, so you're gonna have to do your list real quick, all right, before we close this out. You gave us
What's
your
up?
East Coast, right? Give us your Midwest top 5.
Midwest.
Yes, we going
damn.
down the line. Midwest. Make it quick, man. You just hit the Chi, hit Ohio, hit Detroit. You can come on down to Northern Kentucky, Indiana. If you got any in there, man, just throw it out there. Missouri,
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't got no I ain't got
Pennsylvania,
no Midwest list, bro.
Western Pennsylvania.
I got
Memphis?
some Detroit. I follow
Yeah.
some of the young Detroit. You feel me?
Okay.
But I ain't
You rock with Babyface Ray?
Babyface. You got
Beezy?
KB. You got you got
Beezy, T Grizzly.
PZ. You got V's. You
Baby
got
Skunk.
Bang Gang. You got a lot. Boy.
Detroit got a lot right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Detroit on their shit right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like
gotta
anybody
check
from
that.
Kentucky or Indiana, nah, I don't know.
Well, ESTG from Kentucky.
Oh yeah, true. That is true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I ain't throwing out no Jack Harlow or nothing like that, though. I ain't doing that shit. Now, I will give credit, even though I don't necessarily Bryson Tiller, I give him some love because he's from the home state, too. He vibe. When you just like that chill sound. Yeah, I like Bryson, too. But what you already gave your West Coast?
Oh, no, I ain't got no West Coast niggas.
Okay. All right. And you live out there, my guy? What about Southwest? Texas in particular. We went over Texas.
I mean, if West Coast, you could say maybe like Draco or yeah, that's really it for real. You got EBK, J-Bo, he's straight, but I don't really be on the Cali shit like that. I ain't, you feel me?
Now, a group that I like that's out there in the West is Coast Contra. You know what I'm talking about? I think Raz Kaz, like one of his children is in that group. But they don't rap like they from the West though. They're actually lyricists and they sound like they from out east. But you got Texas. Hit us with Texas before we close this out.
Sheesh, what you got? You got Pimp C. I don't really listen to niggas from Texas either. I ain't gonna hold you.
The rap group one is probably gonna be easier for him.
Yeah. All right. Top 5 rap groups all time. And if you don't drop this one number 1, I'm gonna look at you sideways, especially from where you from, bro.
Rap group.
Yeah.
I gotta go D Block. You gotta go D Block. You gotta go Dipset. You gotta go obviously Andre and all them. Then you got damn boy, it's a couple of them. Shit, sir. I don't know. I'm sticking with that right there.
The Locks.
Well, that's D Block though. That's
D Block.
Kinda, you feel me? Cause you gotta think all them niggas low key started separating.
Yeah. No Woo.
I was about to say this might be off topic, but I just want to give a shout out to Ethan Pritchard, man. Ethan Pritchard and Mario Nash, man. Them boys stuck through the whole way, man. Shout out to them boys. Off topic, but
Zay Thomas did too. Shout out to Zay Thomas. Stayed loyal. Shout out to everybody who stayed down through a 2 and 10. Every kid that committed before the season and stayed locked in through the whole season.
L. Lawrence say 8 Ball and MJG,
Yeah, I shouted them out for sure. You know that's Memphis. Memphis gonna get love, and before 3-6, it was 8 Ball and MJG, baby. And 8 Ball is a very underrated. Both of them are very underrated lyricists, especially coming from the South.
Yeah.
But as you see, we had a little fun here. We chopped it up with our opinions on our top squad. We really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure to once again like, share, and subscribe. You can find us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. Please, 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 before we close out, or just go to YouTube if you're watching from Twitter. We got 432 I can see in here as of now. Please go over to YouTube and just hit that thumbs up. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. It helps us with the algorithm. If you watch us for 11 seconds on that side, it helps the algorithm. Just give us a little motion here as we continue to try to grow. We really appreciate everybody. Before we close out, anybody got something they want to plug?
Man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Make sure you tell a friend. We thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to my boy Steve at SB Pro Media. Shout out to my boy Deshaun at Damian Adams at Deshaun Adams. You know, shout out to my boy Deshaun. Shout out to my boy Breezy, man, with the 5 Media. You know, on 438 Currency. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And merch coming soon, man. And big transfers on the way. I'm telling you, we ain't done yet.
That's it. We out.
We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.